This is an official presentation of Sport Fishing Championship.
The SFC keeps rolling on. We're back once again to the most iconic fishing grounds in North America, the Walker's Cay Open. Things were crazy on day one, big day. Look for same on day number 2. Teams head out again, looking to repeat that same success, hopefully they had on day 1. The hunt for the Zane Grade Championship playoff continues for the Sport Fishing Championships Atlantic Division. Stop number 2 of 6. Glad you can be a part of it in this social hour on YouTube. Looking at the current standings, you have Lights Out on top. Your Atlantic Division standings brought to you by Exotic Outdoors. These clubs jockeying for position all season long in that playoff hunt, trying to qualify for that Zane Grade Championship playoff in October. We'll be there. Looking forward to that. If it's anything like last year, it comes down to the wire with all those striped marlin to be had. But the one thing, if you watch yesterday's show, whether it be the social hour or the 2 hours on ESPN, Peter Miller, we know that there's a variety of billfish being caught, sailfish, white marlin, blue marlin. We had our first sweep, our first Grand Slam of the year.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting. You know, it's rare that you catch that all in the first day of a tournament. You got some jitters. It's the first day. You're in the Bahamas. You're out of your element. And to catch a Grand Slam like that speaks volumes of the quality of anglers and teams and captains of what's happening out there on the water. It's a little rougher today, so hopefully we'll see some more action like that.
You really don't have to go very far as well. Taking a look at the live standings as it is right now on day number 2 of 3. Kind of how it looked like yesterday, except for we do have one catch this morning. Lights Out Boston moving up with 450 points. So good to see them on the board, and they're really one fish out of it in second place. So everybody's chasing the South Florida Sails, but 5 fish for them, 4 for the Seabirds, but I don't count out. East Coast Remix might have a blank, same with the blank Breakers. That's not going to be the same way today.
No, and I think, Robbie, a lot of this is, you know, their marlin are showing up and they're doing these wild strikes on some of these baits. A little rougher today, right? So you've got to be on high alert for these, like, suicide eats, as they call them. The guy just came in and just wailed on it. Nobody was ready. And sometimes it's a foul-hooked fish or it gets tail-wrapped. Things can happen when you don't have the ability to drop back on the fish, feed it properly, get the hook in the corner of its mouth. So it's very important to be very aware, especially in these conditions, because it is a little sloppy.
Some of these things are very sneaky, as they said in Mr. Deeds. But you know, another thing is not only finding the right fish, but finding the right crab. Does that make sense to you when you talk about Walker's Cay and the crab races?
Yeah, the crab races, as we all know, it's a really big deal, and those crabs better be jacked up and they better be ready to run.
Carl Allen said if the crab races get so big that it overshadows the fishing, which it never will, Carl, it never will, he was going to shut it down. But I heard they had a good time last night, and there were a few Abita beers probably drank as well.
Yeah, I saw a couple people go live on social media while this event was happening, and I mean, it's that special that people are going live on Instagram with 3 viewers, and they're just believing that this is where it's at.
Is it like, you know, the Kentucky Derby or not? I don't know. It's the Crab Derby.
Your heats. When it comes to your heat, then you'll get to pick your racer. $20 side bets will still be happening every race.
Crab
the
races.
pot is at $20K.
Holy Hermit, baby.
Here we go! Here you go, folks. We got the Raptors back there. Get on out there. Get on out there. The crowd needs to see this. Oh, hey, fellas. All right, folks, let's get this on the road. All right, are we ready? 1, 3, 2, 1. $4 grand. Here's your $4 grand. You count it up, boys. Go give me a tequila shot. We're celebrating. Tequila shot.
Wow, that's all I gotta say. Good to bring in Chloe Turner now. Have you ever seen crab races like that before, Chloe?
I can't say I've ever seen a single crab race, but it looks like the most interesting thing I've ever witnessed in my whole life. So I'm dying to go and see it in person. What about you guys? Have you seen it in person?
I haven't, but my favorite name when I saw that was Shelma Hayek. I thought that was a really good one, but they give them all names. I've never showed up to an event wanting to have crabs. Not once. Gotcha.
You caught me. I digress a little bit. Getting back to the crab thing, yeah, I think it's really special to have an event like that at night after marlin fishing, having a great day and dinner. I mean, to be able to bring that kind of fun and excitement to the end of a fishing day is pretty unique, because we don't normally see that. You get back, you wash the boat, and you pretty much get out of there. Maybe have a drink, maybe have a little bit of food, but it's kind of in and out. But now you're sitting there having a great time, and these crabs, they're really doing work.
Yeah, I think they flip the script. I think they're having a little bit of food and a lot of drink. But I mean, look at the attention that they get. I don't even know how I could compare it to anything. But I did see, Chloe, that it looked like some of the SFC teams were having some side bets and actually coming out on strong on there. You a big fan of the gambling for the crabs, do you think?
I think that's something to get in on, because I've seen that a lot of the people won a lot of money. I mean, these people are preparing these crabs in the off season. These crabs have sponsors. They probably have protein regimens. They have coaches, trainers, everything. I mean, probably more than what the normal NFL athlete does. And so it's pretty crazy. But Dusty's crab ended up winning. And so, I mean, that crab was pretty big. They might need to do some testing on that crab, because that crab was strong looking, and he ended up winning that race, and it looked amazing.
What constitutes a strong crab? I mean,
well, you know, there's things you can do.
The shell size.
Yeah, the shell size and the consistency of the shell, because they do shed their shells, and then they grab new shells. So that her crab potentially grabbed like a carbon fiber shell, lightweight, kind of like F1 type thing.
You get one right after molting, and then you know you got a lightweight shell.
Yeah.
I want to look. I saw just a moment ago some of the names, and I saw Shelma Hayek. I want to see if we can read some of these names. Let's take a look at it. Oh, Benedict
Crab Pitt.
Crabberbatch. Oh, instead of Cumberbatch, it's Crabberbatch. Leonardo DiCaprio. I like that one.
I like that one, yeah.
Shelby Clausen. I wonder who picked that name. Do you think Shelby might have had a little chance at that? Crab Pitt. Solid. Paul Simmons. And maybe in place of Ben Simmons. Yeah. I think you think Ben picked that one. Do you think that was his crab?
Paul Simmons. I like that.
I think it worked. I still love Shelma Hayek.
I do like that. Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome. Hey, we'll be back with you again, trying to find some condition stuff with you in this social hour. I hear things changed a little bit. We'll check in with Chloe Turner in a little bit. But I think weather-wise, I think it's a little different. You alluded to it a moment ago, how we're starting to see a little bit more wind or a little more chop.
Yeah, it's definitely blowing today, and you'll be able to see that when we show you some of the boats in our stream of 7 boats right now.
Yep.
And it's a little sloppy out there. And it's tough to keep the baits in the water. You want to be sure you're going the right speed, not too fast, not too slow, just right. Keeping those baits as clean as you can coming down the face of these waves that are going to be chin weighted with a circle hooks either on a hatch through the top of their heads.
Hey, hold the technical. Hold the technical. We got time for that.
Oh, what, Robbie, you've been fishing for, 35, 40 years.
Man loves this fishing. Hey, we got to take a break. We'll be back in a minute. I just want to let you know, Peter, we went from 1 fish to 3 fish in a hurry, so we got more to talk about here in just a bit. And they're not of the small variety either. So stick with us here on SFC stop number 2 of 12.
Nice watch. Citizen?
Yeah, Eco Drive. It's powered by light.
Like any light?
Yep.
Headlights?
Yeah.
Sunlight?
Yeah.
What about city lights?
Definitely.
Subway? Neon? Strobe light?
Those two.
Really?
Yeah.
Disco? Underwater?
Yeah.
This light? Spotlight? 10,000 spotlight!
Yeah, any light.
Cool.
Citizen Eco Drive. It is cool. Powered by light for 50 years.
ocean calls, only the bold answer. Out here, it's not about cameras, contracts, or crowds. It's about the fight. When the battle begins, you need a boat that's as relentless as you are.
Nice work, Phil.
Jill Paglia, boat number 1, executive decision, date 1.
HCB Yachts, the ultimate sport fishing experience. We deliver the dream.
Sign up for SFC's Angling Club Championship and be featured in our tournament coverage. Compete across 4 categories of meat fish: mahi-mahi, swordfish, wahoo, and yellowfin tuna. Running alongside the SFC season, these divisions allow you to represent your favorite angling clubs and win cash. Fish anytime, as many times as you want, between now and September 7th to win. Go to sportfishingchampionship.com/championshipfish 2026 to sign up now.
The Walker's Cay Open is sponsored by Citizen, official timing partner of SFC. One Water Marine. Hook, official jersey and performance apparel partner of SFC. And the Nature Conservancy, conserving the land and waters which all life depends. Looking out on the water, this Atlantic Division stop, day 2, stop number 2. Seabirds offline right now, but we're seeing 6 at work, and a couple of teams been at work. 2 different teams with catches already this morning. We saw Lights Out Boston with a points total, so that jumped them up into 4th place. There they are, looking live. Yeah, a little bit more rollers. Look off to the left of that screen. You can see some of these waves.
Oh yeah, it's definitely sloppy out there today. You know, they're surfing down a wave, and you never can really feel how rough it is unless you're out there. The camera never really shows it unless it's like 15-foot seas. That's when you can really see what's up. But it's you know, you're getting to the point where the water will come straight back into the cockpit from the transom while you're moving forward. That's when you know it's rough.
Yeah, you're definitely seeing more movement out there, but that doesn't mean the fish don't love it. We're looking for that, and we were looking for it this morning. Earlier today, catch number 1. Again, they can have their lines in the water at 8 o'clock, and just like yesterday, 9 o'clock hour, about 1 hour and 13 minutes after, Lights Out Boston with a hookup.
That's Ray Rocher on the stick right there, 9:13.
He's already down and dirty into this coverage, and it's just good to see them with.
You see the line, he's got a lot of line out. That spool is typically, you know, obviously full, and he's got about a ½ an inch of line out.
Made a wrong decision yesterday, Rob Carmichael said he zigged when he should have zagged.
You know, when you see Ray holding it with 2 hands on the foregrip.
Hey Ryan, we're hooked up to something here.
I think he's done this before.
He's caught a couple.
And when at the last stop, Ray stayed up top. He was captaining, remember, the boat? So now he's back down on the deck where we're used to seeing him.
That's what's great about the team. You know, they're multi-purpose. They're Swiss Army knives. You know, from running the boat to being a spotter to being the rigging. Oh, that's that's definitely
fair amount
definitely a big fish. That line's cracking off the reel right now. He's kind of got that drag lever in position. That's a lot of drag.
You know, we pointed out, you were talking about the amount of line that was out. That fish was not straight down, but it was.
It's coming up right now. You can see it scoping up.
Got some shoulders on this one, I have a feeling.
Not a big one, but definitely a blue marlin. Yeah, that's a lot more water than you'd ever see off a sailfish, unless it was a giant white. But that looks very blue marlinish, and the heat he's got on it, it says a lot. Very telling.
Making up ground now, you see the motoring gear. Again, and moving ahead in time. Now look how much line he has on his spool. This is like a 30-minute fight, Peter. I mean, this is going on for a while.
It's actually pretty fast on that tackle because You know, he's got a lot of drag on there. You know, the lighter the drag, the more they tend to stay up. But you know, the smaller fish always seem to give you more trouble than the bigger fish. It's like they've got something to prove. You know, like the little Napoleon complex.
Yeah. Little fish syndrome.
Yeah, those 150 pounders, they could be nasty. 250 pounders. Yeah, for, you know, maybe you have a rod cush on the butt of that rod, but you get to a point, if it's going to go much longer than that, you're going to want to harness up just to take the pressure off, because it could be wrapped, it could be bigger than you think. You know, sometimes they get comfortable in a thermocline and they'll sit there with that kind of tackle. They can sit there and just control you.
Mine's been running right here the whole time, but
Not only that, I mean, might have been fishing, you know, doing this for 40-something years, but you get a little tender vittles there when you're fighting a fish for this long in that spot, and there you go. That's when the belt comes into play. It's like, all right, I've had enough. She didn't want to come in. Let's take care of business.
Yeah, anytime you have a blue marlin that's going more than a half hour, 40 minutes, you definitely want to move to the next step, which is a fighting belt. The rod cush can only do so much. Although I did fight a 400 pounder with just a rod cush once.
You have a bad case of tender groin too?
No, the rod cush did the trick. I was in the Galapagos, it's about 100 degrees. You know when your ears peel the next day? That's when you know it was a hot day. And you have sunblock on.
That's what scares me. It's like, yeah, I think if the sun's going to get me, it's going to be the top of my ears. And yeah, he's looking for a little seat action as well.
He's going for the harness.
Again, just another point of leverage. Right now, the only lever is where the butt end.
You see, it's funny, you see what he's doing. His race so used to fishing tournaments, when someone comes in like that, his kind of arm is ready to block a potential touch. Even though these guys know what they're doing, it's just you learn to make sure that nobody touches anything. It's like you're kung fuing hands away from your rod. Well, these guys would never do that, but he's just used to it because he's fished with a lot of people in tournaments that he didn't know or hadn't fished with before. But you know, this is a well-oiled machine, as you know.
And that is Tucker Carmichael that's adjusting the stuff for him, so he knows what he's doing. But again, and now you're laying the wood to the fish.
The way he's laying the wood to the fish right now tells me that I have a feeling that they may have already touched the leader. Look at that. Did he just milk it?
Or
look at that. That's called milking it. That's what the two guys do. They crank it in with they crank it with their one arm and crank two cranks on the reel. Man, got milk.
See the other gentleman there with the underwater camera getting you that footage.
Yeah, he's definitely touched that leader already. There's no way he's doing that kind of heat right now. They've already seen the fish. They've already identified it. I believe they touched the leader the way he's fighting it already, and this will be the final touch.
And they're just saying enough is enough. It's time to get her.
Good Alex. Good job, Alex.
Already seen the fish jumping, identifies as blue marlin.
Play-by-play on that? Just barely saw a little spike of a fin. I wasn't sure it was a blue, but it kind of looked like it. Thankfully it was. He was angry.
Don't spike too, huh? Yeah, just one little
They
spike.
exist.
Tip of a bill.
They exist.
All right, Peter, get a look at our One Water Yacht Group instant replay. There's that underwater cam you've been wanting so much, and Lynette, it's easy for her. IJFTO official, no doubt about it.
You've got it. That footage is priceless. You know, when the fish doesn't show themselves as really rough, like why not have that? And you know you've got to identify the fish. It's so important. So this is what it's all about. We've talked about it in the last tournament quite a bit, not knowing which species of fish it was, and somebody protested a certain fish, and they said, okay, maybe it wasn't. So now we get identification. Makes it very easy on everybody.
Absolutely. I mean,
there's about no reason. 125 pounder, 150, something like that.
But there's no reason not to have that underwater footage at your disposal if you're having to verify. And yeah, high fives all around by Lights Out Boston. That's 450 points for them. They're not the only one to catch fish today. as 7 teams are out there in the Atlantic. Walker's Cay, stop number 2 of 6 in this Atlantic Division.
Let me tell you a story about a couple guys who had a dream at a bar.
Are you talking about us?
No, George Washington and the American Revolution.
Oh, wow.
But now that you mention it, we're a lot like them.
We are.
We are America. Every other vodka brand is every other country that's tried to stand up against us.
And attack us.
Iraq, Japan, China,
Afghanistan,
Taliban,
they're there.
Russia, France, England.
They want the smoke.
And we are the smoke. This is an American brand.
If you believe in our country, you believe in Porosos.
Sign up for SFC's Championship Fish Division for the chance to win cash. Represent your favorite angling club and compete across 4 categories of meat fish, whether it's the wahoo, yellowfin tuna, swordfish, mahi-mahi fish, anytime, as many times as you want. Between now and September 7th, go to sportfishingchampionship.com/championship fish 2026 to sign up now. We saw, what do we see? We saw mahi-mahi caught. We
Blackfin tuna, we saw a couple of mahi caught, we saw barracuda, and then of course we saw sails, white marlin, and blue marlin.
There's a lot of variety out there, so even though it's not a billfish, you could get that meat fish that could pay you a lot of money. Chloe, you ready for some cash? You got your money in on your favorite meat fish? If it was, if you were to pick one, and well, I don't want to put this on you because we have all, 12, 13 teams that we're talking about out there. What's your favorite of those meat fishes that you like? I personally only caught the mahi-mahi.
I would have to say a type of snapper. I mean, you really can't beat like a red snapper, honestly. I mean, It's just so thin and flaky, and all you have to do is add butter, not even any seasoning, and you're ready to go.
Yeah, we'll see some of that as well. But Petey, I know that it's social hour, so why don't we go to the people? Chloe's been looking and picking through these questions she wants to ask you. You got something good out there, Chloe, that these fans want to know?
We do. We have some pretty good questions coming in, Robbie. So the first question is, what type of bait would you use if a 250-pound marlin versus a 500-pound marlin came into the spread?
Well, hopefully we'd be rigged with everything possible. You always want like a big, nice mackerel, Spanish mackerel rigged up. And you're also going to have a horse ballyhoo, and then you're going to have a regular size ballyhoo. So if it's a 250, I'm throwing maybe a horse ballyhoo. If it's a 500, I want to differentiate all the other baits that might be a smaller rod, smaller setup from what I'm throwing. So if I see a 500, I'm pitching a mackerel on a 50 or a 70, whatever I can get my hands on that's bigger than the others. So there you go. A horse ballyhoo for the smaller one, and I'd say a mackerel for the big one.
All right, what else you got?
All right, next question. Peter, Robbie, would you trust each other to take a gaff shot?
Ooh, Well, I trust Peter.
I would not trust Robbie.
No, I would.
Zero trust.
I would not trust me as well.
We are not in the circle of trust.
No,
not a safe
zero
place.
chance. You know, I mean, they kind of do remind me a little bit of hay bale hooks, and I grew up on a farm. So, I mean, all it is a hay bale hook with an extension pole. I think I'd be good with that. Are you talking about flying?
No, we're talking. There's not.
gaff.
That's a spear.
Yeah, but I'm saying
flying gaff is not a flying. It's a giant hook that you actually hook and turn and pop.
Well,
up
see, I'm good either way. Hey, you can give me the hay bale hook.
Throwing spears.
Yeah, I'm throwing spears, but
this is why I said the circle of trust is breaking it, and you know, there's nothing.
I would go shorthand. I could do it with a hay bale hook. I wouldn't even need a pole, man. I'm good like that.
That's possible. I do believe you have old man strength, and you could probably hay bale that thing.
Yeah. Anything else?
Give me the new lingo.
You got anything else? Or are we good?
Really appreciate the honesty. I mean, maybe after the show, y'all can try trust falling and really get to trust each other. And Peter, maybe you can trust Robbie with that gaff shot eventually. No?
No.
I don't think either one of those is going to happen. No, I unfortunately.
Not going to happen. Let's get back to fishing here in
the
first hour of competition. Thanks, Chloe. 7 teams now out there. We got the Seabirds. They might have been running a little bit earlier. Our cameraman just shut it off, but we do have a connection. Have up there with Remix. Sarah, I thought she might have been trying to feel something out in the upper left-hand portion. Still one of our teams without a catch. Surprising, Peter. I know they had to make a charge last year. I think it did some running around close to shore last year, but still a blank.
And you see the pit's kind of quiet right there. Everyone's probably sitting back out of the sun. You know, those long days pre-fishing on the way over. I mean, you get pretty toasty out there, so hiding from the sun is really important. George Corzo, you see, putting the tools back onto the top of the launcher there. He's working. He's always working.
With the Remix, they finished 3rd at the first stop. So right now they need a fish to help them up there because this is a cumulative season. So 6 stops in the Atlantic, 6 stops in the Gulf Division. Sails are extending their lead. How did they get there? We saw earlier a catch by Lights Out Boston. But at 12:11, right about the time we came on air, South Florida Sails hooked up.
Getting low, going to the corner. That's a very good sign right there.
I just had him turn it on.
What are they doing, Peter, that is so right? Yesterday it was a color change, right? I mean, you said the green to blue water, that line, he stayed in it.
With another strip of blue. You know, they're staying with their program. You know, they found the fish, they had lots of bites. They went 100% on their bites. They had another fish follow, Captain said, for about 3 turns. Did not eat, faded off. So 100% hookup ratio is what you've got to have when the bite is not wild. It's kind of creeping along. Most of the boats are, you know, struggling. There's like three or four boats that are struggling right now, but fishing is starting to pick up.
Mike King, we jump ahead here. Mike King, the captain of that boat's been in these waters pretty much all his life, since the 80s, right? So he's done it longer than anybody in this group.
Yep, I believe that's Lee Alberti. Quick sweep. Spencer.
Seem to be getting the right style with the blue marlin. Again, blue marlin worth 450 points. You catch a white, it's worth 100. Sailfish are worth 1,000.
So yesterday they had 2 blues and 2 sailfish. So on day 2 here, this is their looks like one of their good fish. Let's see what occurs here.
First fish of the day, and if this is a blue, which it looks like it is, the amount of pressure they're putting on it, you can see the fish right there, the silhouette, and yeah, you can see it. And again, they'll have underwater cameras showing as well, or should. Still just moving forward with that fish, keeping it alive. You can see that is a blue marlin, and there is their underwater camera.
How that bait just pulls out right there with that extra pressure.
Yeah.
That's why you don't hammer the drag. Keep everything consistent.
Wow, and just extending that lead for South
guys.
How about that, Peter? We talked about the lead with the sales as we start day 2. Now they're trying to pull away.
Extending that lead with the Blue Marlin, that is huge for them right now. That is the way to start the day. You talk about, is it a jinx to catch all the fish on the first day and be in first place? No, we say it's not a jinx. It's a good thing. You're going to win the daily, and then you go into day 2 feeling comfortable and knowing what your game is.
Ask him how he's feeling, man. He's all smiles. How he's feeling. That squid chain's already out. Looked like blue was the color of choice on that starboard side. South Florida Sails, they're trying to turn it up again. Look at their point total. Came into day 2 with 1,050. I'm not good with math, but I know 450 for a blue. They're still got a couple more fish that we haven't seen yet. They must have a couple of sails in the mix as well. We'll take a look at those when we come back. If not, you better stick with us on the ESPN Hours.
Nice watch. Citizen?
Yeah, Eco Drive. It's powered by light.
Like any light?
Yep.
Headlights?
Yeah.
Sunlight?
Yeah.
What about city lights?
Definitely.
Subway? Neon? Strobe light?
Those two.
Really?
Yeah.
Disco? Underwater?
Yeah.
This light? Spotlight? 10,000 spotlight!
Yeah, any light.
Cool.
Citizen Eco Drive. It is cool. Powered by light for 50 years.
Built for heat and sun. Designed by experience.
Here it goes.
Battle-tested solutions for the fearless. Enetic. Comfort in chaos.
You'll never ever find somebody do it like me.
Coast Guard, we are taking on water.
The United States Coast Guard. They secure our ports and waterways, protect our environment, keep drugs away from our kids, and save lives. It's dangerous work. And in times of triumph or tragedy, the Coast Guard Foundation answers the call to support Coast Guard members and their families. Learn more at coastguardfoundation.org.
And we aren't the only ones in Charleston for Carrier Cup weekend. Brian Kelly, BK, takes the stage to perform at Sunset. You can join us Friday, May 29th for the America 250 Summer Kickoff Concert from the flight deck of the USS Yorktown. Don't miss out. Get your tickets now at sportfishingchampionship.com.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy BK, and I'm so honored to announce that I will be headlining the America 250 Summer Kickoff Concert live from the flight deck of the USS Yorktown in Charleston, South Carolina at the SFC Carrier Cup presented by Hook. The America 250 Summer Kickoff Concert will be Friday, May 29th with doors at 6, and my boy Catlin Owen will strike the first chord at 7 on what will surely be an incredible night of music aboard an American military icon. Tickets go on sale today. They're available in the link included in this post. Y'all get them ASAP. It's going to be a dang good time. Special thank you to the America 250 Commission, Hook, and Sport Fishing Championship, and all of the brave men and women who have served this country. It's an honor to celebrate America's 250th birthday and to kick off summer celebrations across the nation in Charleston, May 29th. Let's go, baby.
Out on the water. I'm looking forward to going to Charleston. I know you were making your reservations today, Peter, and it's time. It's only 2 weeks away.
Yep, I'm excited for that. We're going to be there on set, and really, really excited about that. The 250-year commemoration of the signing of the Independence, the Declaration of Independence. I mean, that's what it's all about. To be able to do that, it's very cool, and have BK there. Wow. So, looking at the 7-box, you know, you see the different speeds that the boats are trolling. Some are trolling into the slop, some are going down sea, they're quartering. you're in the trough, so you'll see a little less prop wash. Ultimately, some of the best boats have the smallest amount of prop wash, which is the whitewater you see behind the transom. When your baits can be deployed and shown in a way that has less whitewater, if you will, that's the best case scenario because the fish see it better, you see it better, and that's the goal. So right now, everybody's at attention, waiting patiently for a fish to show up, but you gotta be ready for that slam dunk attack.
Speaking of slam dunk, this guy's always clutch. Let's go to Rudy Tamarchio, who's down at Walker's Cay, live and in person. Looks like you have a special guest there on the beach with you, Rudy. Who do you have?
That's right, Robbie. So speaking of slam dunks, the dunk master himself, the guy who's a legend here in the crab racing community and the treasure hunting community of the Bahamas, and with Bubba. Bubba, how long ago did this crab racing start at Walker's?
Look, Rudy, these crabs are just the best there is, They wake up and piss excellence. Can I say piss on television?
On YouTube, sure.
Robbie, am I allowed to say piss?
Yes, you are.
Okay. Well, we started this a couple years ago, and then, it got out of hand. Last year was a 50 grand crab race. This year we're looking at 150 grand, and we're just going to keep it going. We're just going to keep on pissing excellence with these crabs.
And not only that, but you guys have also one-upped yourselves, it seems like, every year in terms of the presentation. Last year the stage was on one side, and now it's in the center with a runway. You've got lights. Like, how does this keep escalating?
Rudy, the production value of everything we do, it's just gone lights out. We have a new lighting system. We got 1 million crabs coming from Little Grand, and, we actually started paying a little kid. He's crab hunting for us. And then, sorry. Excuse me, cue Randy Savage, please. Cue Randy Savage. Oh, yeah. But yeah, this production value, though, we got walkies now. We got everything going. And it's tomorrow, actually, or tonight, it's going to be $20,000 for the SFC Open. We have 6 crabs left, one boat walking away at 20 grand.
And then after that, you've got the Invitational next week also, and the stakes just keep going up from there.
The stakes keep going. We got crabs named everywhere. We're going to keep it going. And then, it's about 100 grand so far, and the pot's still open. In fact, Peter, Robbie, Chloe, we placed a bet for you guys yesterday, $1,000. Unfortunately, you lost, so you can make that check out to Bubba. I'll come collect it from the studio.
And who's that guy, Bubba?
Oh, that's Macho Man Randy Savage Jr.
Little Randy Paffa?
Little Randy Paffa. Yeah, he's been hiding out here on Walker's this whole time.
Good for a cup of coffee in the big time, I guess.
Amen.
Another question I guess I have on the crab racing front. These crabs, you guys find them on the island, but they have a bunch of names. Like, who are I guess if you had to pick your ring of honor of like the most legendary crabs at Walker's, who would be on your list?
So right now in the ring of honor, we got Crab Pitt, legendary. We got one crab who only dates crabs under the age of 23. That's Leonardo DiCaprio. We got Shelma Hayek, the Rocket Man, Shelton John. Yesterday, we introduced Claw Simmons, coming in at about, what was he? About 6 inches, 10 centimeters, 240 ounces from Australia. Claw Simmons. Ben Simmons really appreciated it. And yeah, we're just going to keep it going. If you guys got names that you want to throw, any crab puns, we had Peter Claw Miller race yesterday. He lost for $1,000. So Peter, again, I'll come collect that check from you and Chloe. And Robbie.
Bubba, I can't wait to talk to you about some treasure hunting. We're running a little bit out of time on this one.
Well, check out Allen Exploration, Bub the Explorer. We're treasure hunters. Carl and Gigi Allen let us treasure hunt. So my title is Treasure Hunter and Crab Racer. My girlfriend's dad's not quite sold yet, so we'll keep him going.
Oh, Lord. Bubba, thanks so much for your time. Robbie, Peter, Chloe.
Back to you, Robbie, Peter, and Chloe. Back to you guys.
I love it. Hey, put $20 in number 5. Whoever's number 5 in the final race, put $20. I promise I'll give it to you in 2 weeks at the Carrier Cup. So
Bubba,
you've got your own.
Bubba, that was gold. Okay, not many people can pull off the hands that many times. You guys really nailed it, and the family not being sold on your titles. Listen, you're a treasure hunter. You're doing good things. So I think you're going to fit right in, and that was fun. That was a lot of fun, and I can Zelle you, right? So just give me your information, send it to me, and we'll get it done.
Venmo me. Oh, look, they are back. I appreciate that. Number 5, $20 on number 5, please, Rudy.
Easy. We got $30,000 on Pat McAfee and the boys. I know they're hammering down bets, and we'll hopefully get on ESPN 8 the Ocho. Someone needs to call Pitaro and make that happen for us.
I would love to call that. I've been on there before on World Hamburger Eating Championships. I'd love to call some crab races. Hey, thanks, Bubba. Good luck on the treasure hunting. Good luck on the crab races. We still got more to come here on our social hour. Looking at my Citizen Watch, we got about 20 minutes to go in this show. Then we'll move over to ESPN. We've got a lot more to show you, hopefully today, as we've already got 3 catches, and we'll catch up after this.
Nice watch. Citizen?
Yeah, Eco Drive. It's powered by light.
Like any light?
Yep.
Headlights?
Yeah.
Sunlight?
Yeah.
What about city lights?
Definitely.
Subway? Neon? Strobe light?
Those two.
Really?
Yeah.
Disco? Underwater?
Yeah.
This light? Spotlight? 10,000 spotlight!
Yeah, any light.
Cool.
Citizen Eco Drive. It is cool. Powered by light for 50 years.
There's Yellowfin.
When the ocean calls, only the bold answer. Out here, it's not about cameras, contracts, or crowds. It's about the fight. When the battle begins, you need a boat that's as relentless as you are.
Nice work, Jill. Jill Paglia, boat number 1, executive decision, date 1.
HCB Yachts, the ultimate sport fishing experience. We deliver the dream.
Sign up for SFC's Angling Club Championship and be featured in our tournament coverage. Compete across 4 categories of meat fish: mahi-mahi, swordfish, wahoo, and yellowfin tuna. Running alongside the SFC season, these divisions allow you to represent your favorite angling clubs and win cash. Fish anytime, as many times as you want, between now and September 7th to win. Go to sportfishingchampionship.com/championshipfish 2026 to sign up now.
Fish like the pros, you got to look like the pros. Visit SFC Shop today to represent your favorite angling club all year long, including the new hats from No Rivals. Find it all available at shop.sportfishingchampionship.com. Media, I love how you're talking about those meat fish. Let's talk about some billfish. I hear a catch alert. North Carolina flare. They looks like they're hooked up.
Got a lot of bracelets.
Must be big. You see them in 5th place at 75 points. Means that they did have a single sailfish on day 1.
They had a nice mahi at the end of the day, and then today we'll see what this is. The way this fish is coming to the boat, I gotta wonder what it is. I mean, sometimes when you hook a mahi, they'll come swimming at the boat, but I'm hoping it's a billfish, hoping it's a sailfish.
Yep. I watched one
seeming like it's like a mahi the way it's swimming towards the boat. No, maybe not.
Watched one of our old shows the other day, and you know when there's mahi, that could be the bait fish for some of these billfish. We saw that happen in previous tournaments.
Yeah, they've been eating mahi in Miami. You know, you get into a mahi school, and you'll see something on the sonar or whatever you're using, and you'll mark a marlin. Put the baits out. More often than not, you'll raise them up.
That'd be awesome. All right, let's see. Come on, get your take off. Broke off.
Yep.
Toothy critter?
Potentially.
Barracuda bite. Special.
That's going to get our hairstyle of the day. Well, that's unfortunate. We don't know what it was, Chloe, but we know that they did have a fish on the line for a while getting it in. It could have been the right species, but now that we know that you have the championship fish, even mahi can pay you a lot of money this year as well.
No, most definitely. And I mean, I think that's what's so interesting about the Sport Fishing Championship is just the strategy that goes into it and how these teams have different ones and how the captains approach, you know, just everything with all the conditions changing. But I'm going to go to one of our questions on the agenda. So if a trim tab breaks off, backing down on a fish, will it clean, break, and sink, or will it hang loose?
That's a very good question. There's two options there, and I'll just tell you that we had one break off, and it was hanging on by a thread, and it was clanging on the bottom of the boat as we bumped in and out of gear. We weren't trolling, that's the difference. So as it was clanging, it was actually raising fish with the acoustics banging the bottom of the boat. And believe it or not, we tried to recreate that sound in a later tournament with pots and pans that we had. And we hung them off the rigger, and we had it dropping down in the water clanging, but it wasn't the same sound banging against the hull. But more often than not, especially with the guys backing down on blue marlin, I have a feeling that if anything's going to happen, it's going to completely come off. This is not going to be a dangling participle.
Yeah.
It's going to be a full release.
And the way you got to look at it, I mean, particularly the nose of the boat here and the tail there, when that, that trim tab's down, it puts the pressure on the front. If it's down and they're going to back up, it turns into a shovel. That's not what you want. You need those tabs up, or else you've got a massive shovel and it's going to throw more water into the back.
And that's what the captains do when they're backing down on fish. They always put the trim tabs up while they're trolling, and they get that fish, they go to back down, they make sure that the trim tabs are in the up position. And sometimes you forget and you can't understand when the water's coming over the transom and you realize, oh man, those trim tabs are way down. Let's fix them.
Chloe, what else you got?
All right, what fish is harder to land, a bluefin tuna or a swordfish?
Or are we cheating?
Well, no, it's not cheating. It's every fish has its own personality. I've caught a 900-pound bluefin tuna on stand-up, and I've caught a 300-pound swordfish on stand-up. And I got to tell you, I was impressed with the power of the swordfish. The violent bite on the bluefin tuna is something I'll never forget. The swordfish is more subtle, and you go with this fight, and it's up and down, and they'll race right back down to the bottom. But man, I think a swordfish, pound for pound, may be a little tougher.
But when you told me you had the blue, that was a workout. That was an extended thing. Were you up there up north with Damon Sacco?
It was Damon Sacco, and prior to that, my boys Chris Black and Ian Bonham. Getting it off the kite, getting an 800-pounder to eat a bait off the kite and then harness up. And, we get the leader in about an hour and a half, but to actually get the fish to hold them on the leader and make sure we get a nice look at them, it took about 2 hours and 45 minutes.
And what I was saying, don't cheat as well as swordfish. How often do you have people, I caught a swordfish before, they're using electric reels, whatever else, getting them up from the depths. That's the cheating I'm talking about. If you do it all yourself, that's a hell of a fun.
We couldn't use, in the tournaments that we fish, they're IGFA, and you cannot use electric reels in the tournament. So one night, I caught 6 swordfish, and it was all hand cranking, and we had them up on the surface. The difference at night is you fish for them much higher in the water column because they come up at night. During the day, they're on the bottom, thus you use the electrics to get the weight up and down because it takes about 10 minutes to get it down, 10 minutes to get it up.
Either way, it's a big fight. Chloe, thanks a lot. We're going to catch you on the other side on our ESPN show. Thanks a lot. Again, here our social hour, just kind of kicking back, talking about things. If you got any questions, hit us up. Peter's got the answers. As far as me, absolutely not.
Let me tell you a story about a couple guys who had a dream at a bar.
Are you talking about us?
No, George Washington and the American Revolution.
Oh, wow.
But now that you mention it, we're a lot like them.
We are.
We are America. Every other vodka brand is every other country that's tried to stand up against us.
And attack us.
Iraq, Japan, China,
Afghanistan,
Taliban,
they're there.
Russia, France, England.
They want the smoke.
And we are the smoke. This is an American brand.
If you believe in our country, you believe in Por Osos.
Walker's Cay Open is sponsored by Denison Yachting. No Rivals. Billfish Conservation Project. And by Geisley, official booking partner of SFC. Swimming with the Sharks, if you hop off that dock, we've got a lot of sharks out there on the water of our 7 Atlantic Division teams vying for the title for the Walker's Cay Open. Defending champions, New Jersey Seabirds, trying to hold on to their title, but South Florida Sails trying to hold on to their day 1 lead, and they're trying to pull away here on day 2. And not only did they catch a blue marlin at 12:11, they hooked up in the 12 o'clock hour on the back end of it as well. Let's see what it is.
It's a long rigger.
They spotted it.
He's on.
Here in the electric.
Alex Stanley on the rod there.
Yeah, popped out of the clip. You saw that move. You see the boat swinging around to the right.
It was pretty quick. You saw the fish, it bit, and it was tight. That's paying attention right there. Making those shots count, you know? That's what this is all about. Winning these tournaments, it comes down to sometimes just one fish. Background trolling.
Oh, good call. I didn't see too many yesterday. I know you said you saw about 3 times, but yeah, not too far away from somebody. Interesting to see who that was. I know yesterday, Lights Out Boston said they should have stuck with the sails, but they didn't. They went their own path and made that wrong decision. I wonder if that's Lights Out Boston. It's Vince. Jumper sail.
Fish, you have the 75 pointer right there at 12:53.
There's Giraffe.
South Florida Sails with a blue marlin under their belt and now a sailfish under their belt on day 2. That gives them, I think that gives them about 6 billfish thus far for the tournament in 2 days.
Sure does. Second best will be the Seabirds 4. Great job. Mike King, I mean, this guy new to the SFC, but he's been doing this a long time. I think, 2008, he caught a grander. I think it's still the 3rd largest blue marlin ever caught.
Good job, Alex. How you feeling?
From the Atlantic waters, from this side.
Feeling dangerous.
You might get different over there on the African side of the Atlantic, but here on the North American side, it's still like a top 5 fish ever caught. Talking earlier about the New Jersey Seabirds and their trim tab issues, and again, you got inners and outers, and we think it's one of the ones closer towards the center portion of that. Didn't seem like it was too much of a problem for Blaine yesterday, he said, so that's a good thing. It's a great thing until it is a problem.
Yeah, you're more worried about it falling off, and as you're backing down, if that falls off and goes into the props, then you've got a really big problem. So what we did is we snugged it up, we tied a rope around it, brought it through the hose pipe, and tied it off on the cleat as tight as we could. So in case it did come off, it would be there. It wouldn't be in the props.
Good call.
But you saw them catch, 4 fish yesterday, and there was a grand slam as well mixed in there. So, obviously, it's not affecting their bite. And a lot of these boats, from what I've heard, have had other fish up in the spread. Some fish were big and they pulled off or they chafed off. There's been a lot of talk of fish coming into the spread and just having its way with their baits and just leaving.
Seabirds team trying to figure it out last year, and they did. Again, not necessarily fishing walkers before, but maybe fishing around the Bahamas. But they turned that never been here into a victory.
There you go, the Lights Out right there, and Ray Rocher. As you know, we got a fish there, 450-point fish, which is a blue marlin.
He's one to feel. He's one to feel the bite too. Everybody's got a rod. They must see something or feel something. Look at that. Now, I think that they see something here, Peter. They're too attentive. Let's stick here for just a second. It should be
Yeah, they're
Tucker.
definitely efficient in their mitts.
Yeah. So you're watching live out on the water. We actually got to talk to Rob Carmichael earlier. We were going to go to that sound, but first let's see, because when you see them up, standing up and attentive like that, they saw something.
And you got to be ready to drop like that. Standing at attention with your baits in that clean water as they make the turn, that's the typical move. You know, you may get a bite or a knockdown, and then you want to go into that turn and see if maybe they got lazy, and you want to slow it down and get those baits in that clean water outside that whitewash.
Well, wasn't it Ray that told us earlier that he barely saw a little fin, right?
Just a fin poked out, but it looked like the right kind. And luckily he saw it before everyone else and was able to jump up and get it done.
Look as poised to jump on one right now, so yeah, they're gonna have to reel in. Now I think we can get to possibly. They're still there. Yeah, we'll hear what Rob says at the top of the hour on ESPN. Again, this is a situation we're about to go to break and make our move over to ESPN Plus, but when they're seeing something, feeling something, we got a lot more to talk about, Peter. But again, day 2 of 3 underway. They have to have their lines out of the water at 4 o'clock Eastern time, so still plenty of time. Make that move over to ESPN Plus, Petey. Let's do this again. Let's have more fish catching.
I'm excited, Robbie. I'm holding my breath.
We've seen blues. We've seen sails. What else we see? Stick with us.